the political theory. So what is religious political theory? This is very important to understand. When I was studying for my master's in Buddhism, I came across this political philosophy of religions. Now, Buddhist political theory is very profound. What does it say? Buddhist political theory has three components. I am sure all other religious political theories are the same. It has three components. What are these three components? One is called the limited citizenship theory. On this side, you have the theory of ethics. And on this side, you have theory of no self. So it's a triangle like this. You have the limited citizenship theory, you have the theory of ethics, and you have theory of no self. So when I came across this, I asked my lecturer, Reverend Monk, who is also a professor, I asked him, Venerable, where did you find this? Because this is so new. And I told him that it overwhelms me. So he told me, in 2016, a professor of political science in California Polytechnic University wrote a book. The title is Buddhism and Political Theory. So in writing that book, he analyzes various discourses, which I don't want to go into. What this theory says is, it's very interesting. Buddha says, if you are a citizen of a country, you should be politically conscious and politically active. Your political consciousness and political active status are for what? Are for what purpose? The purpose is to connect ethical and selfless people to government. If you don't connect ethical and selfless people to government, according to Buddha, you are not a full citizen in that country. You are a limited citizen in that country. Like a PR holder. From Sri Lanka, we apply for PR in Australia. We apply for PR in Canada. We apply for PR in the UK. It's like that. Because you are not acting as a citizen. And I believe a lot of problems a lot of countries have today are due to not following this doctrine of political theory. If you act as a citizen of a country, then you always connect ethical and selfless people to government. If you don't, that means you are not a full citizen. You are not acting as a citizen. That is why when you go to other countries, if you apply for citizenship, you have to face an interview. They will not just give you citizenship. They will test your eligibility to think as a citizen, whether you can think as a citizen. Now, I don't wish to ask you how many of you are planning to leave this country. I don't wish to ask your parents how many of you are encouraging your children to go overseas. Because I have friends who have told me they sent their children overseas telling them never come back. Because I know the answer I get from this audience and also the parents will destroy me and it will overwhelm me. You are in a fortunate position. You are in an enviable position because of your education and the qualification. You may be able to go overseas and maybe live overseas. Sometimes you may never come back. But we have to also think about other children out there who don't have the opportunity you have. And as parents, we also have to think about other parents who don't have the opportunity. I am sure your parents had tears of joy when they saw you walking up the stage to receive your graduate certificate. That's why I congratulate them on your accomplishments. So, you have to keep building competencies. And your competencies should be world-class. Nothing but world-class. If you have world-class competencies, the world market will absorb you. Within seconds, the world market will absorb you. But if your competencies are not world-class, the world market will not absorb you. So, as a nation, we should strive to build world-class competencies in our people. If we build world-class competencies, we will be able to uplift this country to a very different level. And we have to encourage our young children to build competencies, seek new knowledge. So, I think it is important for parents also to think that way. They have to encourage children to build world-class competencies. Connect our children with institutions that can build world-class competencies. And as a country, we need to build institutions that can build world-class competencies in our people. If we don't do that, we will fail. So, what I want to ask you is, you have to think as citizens of this country, not as permanent residents in this country. So you have to understand your obligation and duties towards the country. Your parents also need to do so. Then only as a society we will come up. Then only as a society we will change. As children, in your journey so far, in your life journey so far, you have been fortunate because you have been sheltered and protected by your parents. But it will not be there forever. It will stop one day, and you will be on your own. You will be on your own in the society. So, you can't really begin to appreciate life until it has knocked you down a few times. You will begin to appreciate life only you have been knocked down. And maybe you will be knocked down by the society several times before you start appreciating life. Once you have walked through the valley, the view from the mountain top is breathtaking. I thank all of you for this valuable opportunity.